Stop it, guys. I need you guys to stop it. Stop right now. Stop coming to South Africa. No, I'm being serious. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I have no problem with the fact that you guys are realizing that South Africa is a beautiful country and we have a lot of cheap shit. But the problem with you guys coming here is that everything is getting expensive. Like, every single second TikTok, an American is here. Someone's going to the safari. Everything's becoming expensive. Nando's cost $600 for a full chicken. This is all your fault. And stop saying everything is cheap. Things is not cheap for us. Nizweni. I mean, already we gave you Amapiano. We gave Amapianos to the world. Don't bring the world to us. This is exactly why.
Yo. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna react to this, but whoever this lady is, she is really, really, really a character. I did not watch this video till the end. Like she's saying, they've been giving a lot. I'm a piano, and yeah, let's just watch till the end and see what she's.
Why Drake was hiding his child from the world, because you guys always want to be up in our business. Talking about how beautiful Cape Town is. This is all amazing. Do you know that I can't afford to go to
Holy grail.
Cape Town because of you? Yes, I'm talking to you, Shelly. Stop saying how beautiful Cape Town is and how cheap it is, because I can't even afford to go to Camps Bay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? I need to save up for that shit now. Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm really not trying to be mean. Like, I'm really not trying to be mean. I love you guys so much. I know a lot's going on. I know South Africa is beautiful and we've got lots of animals, but please, guys, please stop coming here. Just for now. Just tone it down. Cyril, switch off the electricity. Pick up the load shedding. Do something, do anything, but don't come here. Stop it, guys.
Yo, this is not ridiculous. Actually, she's telling some of the true fact. It's a true fact, but in a kind of joking way, but it's right and it's accurate, you know. Point number one, why is she saying like stop coming to South Africa? She's addressing mainly in the property sectors. I mean, in Cape Town, for us, like Africans and local South Africans, I mean, properties are very expensive in Cape Town. Rental is high in Cape Town. Living in Cape Town CBD, it's good, but it's also so expensive. Living in some good neighborhood, I mean, it's so high and it's expensive. And the reason why she's saying stop coming to South Africa, it's because she does not mean like people will literally stop to come to South Africa, because that's like a human right violation. But what she means literally is, by so many people coming to South Africa, now we got some nomad workers. Like you can work everywhere in the world. I know plenty of people that do that and they come to South Africa because once you're trying to compare the euro and the USD to South African rand, I mean, even if they pay you $2,000 in America, you will literally survive in South Africa very good. I'm telling you. If you get 2,000 euro in Europe and you working from South Africa, you're gonna live perfect life. The infrastructures, the everything, it's pretty much the same. Okay. And then the biggest problem is you're not gonna feel that it's expensive for you because you're getting money in euros and dollars. But the people that get money in rand, you have to know that $1 is 18 rand, and €1 it's equivalent to about 19 or 1850 and something like that. So the rate is always like up and down, but you got to take 17 to 18 up to 20 sometimes. So when she means don't come to South Africa, literally we're talking much about the properties are expensive. You have to remember that last year or 2023, Cape Town had most Airbnb in the world, more than Barcelona, London, Paris, and New York. So Cape Town is like a hub, like it's a multicultural culture city. Like, um, you find people from everywhere, from I mean, Saudi Arabia, like Asia, like Europe, Eastern Europe, the Mafian, Eastern Europeans, so many of them, Americans, Africans, like everybody's in Cape Town, you know, and that it's kind of like causing trouble to the people that paying rent in South Africa, like especially the local and the African. But the other thing she missed is that I know this is like a joking way, but the problem is not really the foreign nationals. So the problem is the, like South Africans, those one who owns properties. Every single year, 10% is going up. So if you were paying 20,000 rent, two-bedroom house, then you're gonna have to pay with 10% every year. Oh, people that come from Europe, they don't care because that's literally it's a peanut. It's $1,000 actually, then it's €1,000, literally, and it's really a peanut. But not all the jobs in South Africa pays you 20,000 rand. No, the cashiers in Shoprite they get paid 3,000 rand, which is like $150, literally. $150. Yes, $150, literally. So you telling me you get paid $150? How are you gonna survive? You know, it's gonna end up with transportations and food. It's not even gonna take you like monthly, like you know. What I'm saying? So it's a lot of things to talking about, but this lady was way too funny.
Guys, I need you guys to stop it. Stop right now. Stop coming to
Stop
South
coming
Africa.
to South
No, I'm
Africa.
being serious. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I have no problem with the fact that you guys are realizing that South Africa is a beautiful.
Exactly. So she ain't got no problem realizing people realizing that South Africa is a beautiful country and people need to come. In fact, South Africa need more foreigners, more people, because all the biggest investments sometimes they come from outside, right? Now Caltech's garage is closed, which is like California and Texas. It's an American company, and some other companies that are coming to invest. They are a foreign company. So many, so it goes on and on and on. But the biggest problem is here. I mean, it's a government because the government needs to be involved in everything. So you cannot tell me that foreign nationals they are causing load shedding in South Africa. You can't say that. No, you can't say the import and the exportation is based on the foreign national that are coming to South Africa. No, you cannot really say that. So you can't say the restaurant the price becoming expensive. You can't afford to go to Camps Bay because of the foreign national are coming to South Africa. You really cannot say that because pretty much sometimes the restaurants are being owned by South Africans, and what they decide to top up the menu, it's them. It's not really the foreign nationals, but in some other way, they are based the price according to the foreign nationals, which is makes her sometimes being right. I remember when I was still working for some South African company, which they do decide the price according not to the local South Africans, but according to the international markets, which is like it's killing the local South Africans so badly. You know, I mean, if a cup of coffee is is €5 in Paris, they want to come here and they say like, €5 is gonna be like 120 rand. That means like everybody can afford 60 rand, 60 rand to pay for a cup of coffee. And you go to places where like a cup of coffee is like 55 rand, 65 rand. And who's going to pay that type of money here in Cape Town? Okay, some people will, but not 50% of the South Africans will do that. I know some people have some higher paying jobs, but many people have cack job. So this is about these things. Like, is according to you, do you think foreign nationals they are making South Africans' life difficult? I don't know because it's a lot to go. I've asked a lot of people. I've asked a 72-year-old this question, and I've asked a 52-year-old this question, and I've asked again a 32 years old this question, and 34 years old this question. And only the 32 years old that said yes, they are making it difficult. The 52 and 72 said like no, 90% of the people are not affected with that mindset. And for me, as a person who were working in a tourism company, I remember when it was COVID in 2020, we did not have anybody come to South Africa. And the way Cape Town was, man, I will never wanted to wish that moment to come back because it was hectic. There was no places where you're gonna go to sit and drink coffee in peace or eat in peace. The restaurants, they were, I mean, many, almost 80% of the the restaurant, small restaurant, like a private restaurant, closed down. Coffee shops where I used to work, there were about 12 coffee shop, and and during COVID, only three survived. So you do understand that South Africa need foreigners, you know. Otherwise, because okay, let's just find out here, like how much the tourism industry bring to South Africa. So Google is the overview. Yeah. According to the recent data, the tourism industry contribute around 8.8% to South African GDP. The sector experiencing significant growth recovery post pandemic, supporting a large number of jobs within the country. The majority of tourists arriving from the African continent. The majority of tourists arriving from African continent. All right, this is it. Key point about South Africa tourism industry. GDP contribution. Currently, tourism contributes about around 8.8% to South Africans' GDP. Impact of COVID. The tourism sector experienced a significant decline during the pandemic, but has been recovering steadily. Major tourist source. The African continent remains the largest source of tourists for South Africa. The African continent remains the large source of tourists for South Africa. And I do remember and I do acknowledge this. I was working for the one of the biggest company in tourism in South Africa, which is the Red Bus City Sightseeing. And during the pandemic, because the South African government had to give Ghana and Kenya free visa, and Cameroon, I think, and Congo. So we've seen a lot of the African tourists, and actually they saved South Africa at that moment. So 8.8% to South African GDP. So if you go here, you're trying to find out like South Africa GDP, 8.8% of South Africa GDP. So I want to find out how much is the GDP, South African GDP, 3.8 billion. So the South African GDP is 3.8 billion. Okay, so you taking this, so that's it. It's actually the South African industry, tourism industry, actually bring 33.4 billion USD every single year. This is USD, like 33.4 billion USD. So if you do that's in range, I don't know how much. Use your calculator and drop the comment there below. That's what the tourism industry bring in South Africa. So if you telling people to stop coming in South Africa, clearly you say like you want to lose 33.4 billions of US dollar, right? I think let's just make it bro, how much is this? How much is this? This number is too much. I'm not gonna waste my time reading this number. You can read it for me. Uh, but this is what it brings in South Africa. This is what the tourism industry bring in South Africa. It's 33.4 billion USD. I understand much better in USD. So you can read all these number. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This 611 billion every single year. 611 billion every single year. That's what the tourism companies, industry is bringing in South Africa. Now you're telling me if those numbers are dropping, what are you going to say? Man, this is hectic. So much from the lady. I mean, like we all get
beautiful country and we have a lot of cheap shit. But the problem with you guys coming here is that
we all get that it's like really affecting the people that living in South Africa. So what can we do? I don't know what we can do. The government has to change something or what, because you cannot tell people to stop coming to the country where they want to come. It's like telling someone is not attractive. Like for example, a beautiful woman who think she is beautiful, but no guy is approaching her. Do you know how it feels? It feels weird. All right. So guys, that is it for today. If you have a comment, do you think foreign nationals should stop coming to South Africa, or do you think the government should do something for South Africans? As for me, I think that the major problems here in South Africa is a capitalist country where majority of the bosses, they don't pay their workers nicely. Because if a company is doing 10 million rand every single year, but and then the cashier is getting 4,000 rand. That's like you are killing people. And this greedy bastard are the one that make life expensive in South Africa. I mean, you working for a let's literally say a company like Shoprite. I don't know how much they make. There's so many private restaurants here in Cape Town. They make a lot of money. But what they pay their waiters, their employee, it's peanuts. But once you are like a manager or CEO, I remember last time I checked, the CEO of Shoprite was getting paid about 6 million rand, while the cashier, where she deals with 50 people every time of the queue, she get paid 3,000 rand. So that's where the biggest problem is. And that's it for you for today, guys. Next video is coming in the next hour. Please, if you're watching this from anywhere, give this a like, hit the button, subscribe, and activate the bell notification so you can miss one of our episode every single day. And I'll be saying cheerio, man.